Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are with Renata. She is from Russia and she will be sharing with us her life experience and her feelings and thoughts. Hello.
Hiya.
Hello Renata.
Hiya.
How are you?
Very well, thank you very much.
Glad. And how long ago did you leave Russia?
I left Russia 20 years ago and I was 16 years old.
16 years old.
Yes.
Wow, long time ago.
Yeah, I'm very old.
No, I don't mean that. How was your life there? Your childhood, your adolescence? How was it?
It's a very interesting question. When I was 5, I started to do ice skating, and that's pretty much was all my life. So lots of training, then obviously school started when I was 7, and then was more training, school training. I got mom and dad and my older brother, who supported me all the time. And then there was a period in my life when I just have to leave Russia, unfortunately. So this time it was literally just learning skating and going to school. So yeah, it's kind of just a really, I don't know, block of my life was passed there, which is actually not too much, only 16 years, I suppose.
Why you needed to leave Russia?
A city called Perm, Urals. It's about like 1,500 kilometers from Moscow. And in fact, my city is if you look at the map, is the middle where divide of Europe and Asia. So that's literally the middle where is the Europe and Asia. So yeah.
So you said you needed to interrupt your trainer. You're living in Russia. Why you leave? Why you leave Russia? Why you go
when
out?
I left Russia. When I left Russia, continued skating. Yeah, because my discipline was skating with partner. And at the time we split up with my skating partner, and then I couldn't find anyone to skate with. And so I was invited to skate in France. So I skated for 3 years in France, like do lots of training again. And then when I finished skating as competitions, I was invited to skate in UK, working at a company called, at the time we used to call Russian Ice Stars. So it's like touring company, around the UK, but also like going abroad, here, there, and everywhere. So yeah.
So we can say you are a professional.
Well, let's say, I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm being shy, but I didn't skate for a long time now, so I would call myself retired now. So I'm not really skating anymore, unfortunately. But thinking maybe just to, as a nostalgia, go back and skate just for myself, as my kids are growing out now, and then I have a little bit more free time for myself. But yeah, that's used to be my part of my life. Yes.
What did you learn from this discipline? Or because, how you are saying, most of your life as a child and teenager, you were ice skater.
Yes.
Sorry, ice skater.
No, it's fine.
So, what did you learn all those years?
Well, I think in each sport, because that's dedication, you give your pretty much everything, all your time, all your free time, you have no really playtime or anything, special diets and everything, that's your lifestyle. It's a discipline, being everywhere in time, be respectful, time, wise and everything. The dedication of everything, to give everything basically, so yeah, it's just it's different world, it's like different lifestyle completely. So it gave me discipline, just to stick with things, sometimes, and just try to finish things, so yeah.
So how you bring those learnings to your daily life now, as an adult, as a mom, as an adult, as how you bring those discipline and
I'm trying to pass this to my kids. I've got 2 kids, so just again, just to be in time, try to give everything what you're doing something, no matter is the homework or something like gymnastics, because some my kids doing some gymnastics now and then swimming lesson. So try hard. If something doesn't happen straight away, it's not a problem. Keep going, because that is take time like everything. To learn and not to give up. Just to keep going. Trying to be supportive. Like my parents being at the time for me, so trying to be the same for my kids.
And about discipline again,
Mm-hmm.
we were talking that this discipline can be two faces of the coin.
Yes.
I mean, it can be very good, or
Yes.
it can be. Can you explain us, please,
Yes, yes.
how you feel about
So
this?
as an adult now, obviously, I do notice some things that it can actually be a little bit on the way sometimes, or I can be a little bit hard on my kids with like trying to pass it on, because that's the way I was raised, and I'm trying to just, take a breath and calm myself down, but it doesn't really happen very often. I need to work on that. It's just like to be too harsh sometimes, with things, and then being impatient, when people doing that not what you're expecting, and then it's just it's hard to explain actually. It is hard to explain, but it's something that everything have to have a middle. You can't be like too much this way, too much that way. You have to learn to be some kind of separated, balancing out. So I think everyone got something like that in their life. The matter is discipline or some kind of quality in them. So they're trying to balancing out. So it's like not too much of that one side only. So you have to read the situation and be like or maybe it's coming with the experience when you get older. So,
And what's the good phase of the discipline for you?
good phase. Well, the simplest thing like I can explain is like to never be late. To me that's important. That's just something that I guess you're showing respect. This came again from childhood, so you can't be just be late because that's the time dedicating of something, let's say for school time or for training or see your friend or something. So like have a schedule. So I'm really like to be organized. Sometimes when I know it's my week will be very busy, or even day will be very busy, I have to write everything down, and literally almost minute to minute I know where I am and what I'm doing. And if I'm behind a schedule, let's say I need to meet up someone, and then this person is like 5-10 minutes late, that is really frustrating for me, because it is affecting my schedule. Like I will be everywhere behind, and it's like I might affect their experience as well.
Mhm.
Let's say then I need to meet up with you, and then you go after me somebody else, but because I am late because of someone in front of me, like I say, I was supposed to meet before you, I'm like, now I'm affecting your experience with somebody else after. So to me it is important. So I know for some people who will be like, it's just a life, isn't it? Yeah, it can be like traffic light, something, you get stuck there, or you just meet someone, you'll have a little chat. But then for me that's an important thing. But then it could be very annoying for myself as well as I getting older. That's I guess where is the discipline, the question before, could be annoying, because I'm like sometimes I can be too harsh on myself, thinking like, well,
What do you do to relax yourself?
at the moment
try to-
nothing. I'm still on the stage, just realizing that, I suppose. Again, for someone it's like not a problem, but I do understand that this could be some kind of, for me it is a little bit, like when you have a battle inside, it's like, oh, that's the way I learn, that's the way it's supposed to be. But then like you start to understand like, well, yeah, but it's not that important, isn't it? It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's not that important. It's not like, oh, everybody doing it will be fine. No, it's not like that. But you just think, well, you just have to be a little bit more relaxed, more take your time, like have 5 minutes actually just staring at that tree, it's beautiful, and just enjoy your life. Yeah.
How old were you when you become to be independent?
Well, 16, because obviously I did a big move. I moved from Russia to Paris, and then at the time I spoke only Russian. I had no English, no French. and then all the people around me was, French, and then only my coach was Russian. So it's like he helped me a lot, like looking after me, and then obviously if I had any questions, just like that. But when you're 16, you're still, now the life is a little bit different. Now at 16, you can see everyone have phones and this and that. At the time, I didn't know what is that. It's like 2003, I think. I didn't have anything like that. It was like no internet properly, like just to be like, oh, how do you say this, or how do you do this? It's like absolutely just like thrown into the world, and then but it's a good lesson. Good lesson.
What did you learn from this experience?
Well, you look after yourself, isn't it? You learn things that you're not even realizing. You just like walk in the street, and then you just like, oh, you just know now how to do this, now how to do that, and then in 6 months you can speak French, this kind of thing, because you have no choice, And I can't say particularly it's a good thing. Is like putting my kids now, because having daughters as well, like, or just tell them like, oh, you at 16 you can go there, do this or that, and as a parent of course you'll be worried, isn't it? And you'll be like, ugh. So as a parent, I understand now how hard it was for my parents, but at the time it was a good decision from them, like to make that decision helped me, because thinking to have a better life in the future, to go abroad and do something with your career, which I don't regret, obviously.
What do you think is the life about?
That's a very good question. The life about, well, a life about to be kind, just live and enjoy, I guess, every moment, which is very hard, isn't it? It's just simple to say, but it is very hard. Leave everything, life coming, problem, big problem, small problem, where to live, where to make, money is not everything, but it is make your life easier, isn't it? And then obviously when you have family, it's beautiful, it's great, but it's hard as well. So yeah, the life is a thing, just to learn as well, to learn, yeah. Because every day is kind of a school day. I know it's this famous phrase, but it's true, every day you learn something.
Do you mean life is like a second school, or one of the schools?
No, it's just whole life is a school, you're just learning, and then not only about like, oh, I'm going to learn how to, how to play piano now, not even that. I mean, just in general, like you'll even now, like you're learning more things about yourself, because you're getting to a different stage in your life with more experience. You're meeting different people who can affect your life. I don't mean in a bad way, in a good way, kind of open your eyes or give you some ideas, and you're just like, oh yeah, it's like I never thought about that, oh, I need to try that.
Another perspective of the things.
Yeah, exactly. It's just in general, it's just like you're learning every day, and it's great,
When are you having hard times? How you deal with it? How?
I'm living it. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just trying to write it off, because sometimes you can try to fight, it's like, oh, this and that, and what can I do? And then sometimes you just have to leave it, just leave it, and then I will pass, and it worked for me. Maybe it doesn't mean it will work for everyone. Everybody has their own way to deal with it. I guess it's just it's not a rule, but for me, I just have to, write it off, just leave it, and then I know it will pass, That's it.
Do you have children, you said?
Yes.
Do you feel that, are you doing well with them, or how you feel about being a mom?
I'm enjoying to be a mom. It's a hard job, very hard job. You're trying to do your best, but again, you're making mistakes. You're trying to learn. And what I noticed, my teachers is my kids. Your kids lead you sometimes. I got 2 girls, and they're completely opposite, like absolutely opposite. And then both of them teaching me. I'm learning from them. So they're the leaders sometimes. And then like I'm learning how to be a mom with them. So you can't just, you can read million books and talk to million people before you having a baby, but it's your experience is unique, You know, it can be like, yeah, you can have general ideas, obviously, or or you can say, oh, I will never do that when I will be mom, or I will do this when I will be mom, but it doesn't work like that. You just, you just go through like day by day, hour by hour, and like, it's like, yeah, just solving the problems, so making the plans. Plan doesn't go that way, and then yeah, my kids are leading me like sometimes, and you have to listen to kids. If you're an adult, it doesn't mean you're the one, yes, of course it's your responsibility, but you have to like be more open and just listen to your kids as well, because they will actually tell you what they need, how they feel. Very often, adults think that, oh well, I'm a big person because I'm got experience, I'm older than you, but sometimes your kids know more. So yeah, because they're pure, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're pure.
What do you think are the most important things for a child?
Love, I know it's very, yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
show your love
obviously,
and support, at any time, any stage of their life, and, from the baby to like getting, teenager, grown up, adult, yeah, love, support, and understanding. That's the thing, because sometimes that's what you need as an adult as well. The same thing, isn't it? I think all for anybody, doesn't matter which age, you want to be heard. You need someone who can listen to you. Don't have to say anything back, just listen. Isn't it? And then you know that you have a support. Where to have, you have someone who waiting for you somewhere. That's the important thing. Yeah.
What things worries you?
What worries me? Well, the world, I guess, because you just don't know what to expect, particularly in the last few years, lots of things happened that nobody could imagine. It just worries you because, obviously you're getting older and your kids getting older, and then kids will have a different world, isn't it? Not like our generations always changes. And so that is worries because you don't know what to expect, So, but again, you just have to go through it, and then you can't be really prepared for it because you literally don't know what to expect. So yeah.
If you had the power to change things in the world, what it will be? What would they be?
Well, so I think I would try to have no borders. Yeah, so people can travel and do where we want to do, do what we want to do. I mean, I know it's impossible because it's not only, we're talking about like normal good people, because of course, people will be doing some bad things, right? If you open all borders or something, you know what I mean? Like if like you do whatever you want to do. But I mean, if everybody can be kind and respectful, and then free, to be free, so people can just like travel from one country to the other country, see family, see friends, try themselves in something new when you have like no opportunity, for example, because of the borders or something else. Yeah.
What love means for you?
Love. Well, you can't live without love, isn't it? You have to have this little, fire. And I don't mean like you have to be in love all the time. As in like love, love for your kids, love for your parents, yeah. So yeah, you have to have this feeling inside, isn't it? Yeah, so that you and also that you can do anything, I suppose, if you know you have a love inside.
For you, what hate and forgiveness mean?
It's a very dark, hate is a really dark feelings, and I think everybody has that. It could be hate for person, could be hate for some kind of actions. Yeah, it's not a good feeling, but sometimes hate can actually maybe help you actually, you know. If you hate something and you're trying to change something for the good way, you know, say you hate how you have like discrimination or something, you know, that you just hate that how people can talk to you because you think from you are, you know, different skill like racism or something. So you get that act of this hate make you actually push you to do something good against that hate, isn't it? So when you think, oh, I never have this power, like I will never do any step towards something, but if you have this feeling that it's not justice or something, you will step up and you think like, well, that's not right, isn't it? That's not that good. So yeah, this kind of might help you to, you know, do something good. I know it sounds very strange, but yeah.
And forgiveness?
Forgiveness is a really strong feeling, isn't it? It's really hard to forgive sometimes, isn't it? I mean, you can say by word, but it might not mean anything. It's like, yeah, I forgive you, but it doesn't mean anything. It has to be, go through whole your body, through whole your, you know, heart and everything. You have to mean it. It's really hard to forgive people, you know. So, not everyone can forgive, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, it has been a pleasure to talk with you, and thank you very much, Renata. Hope to see you soon.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, thank you very much everyone to watch again the channel, and see you next interview. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.